All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. As today, guys, the Bitcoin price has been sideways for a week, and I myself have been away for a week, off YouTube for a week, off everything for a week, and the price right now is the exact same that it was when I left, guys. If you remember, last week, I took the short from the Casper crew setup, told everybody I was taking a short from 62,500, and the short is still open, guys, but we haven't really changed much. In fact, we've come down from that level about 6%, all right, just consolidating, trading sideways, doing a little bit of nada, and as the title of the video says, the sideways action is going to end now. Now, the word now in the title of the video is not very precise. Alright, it's not a precise now. We can't know for certain when the now is based on the title alone, but I'll tell you this much. We're going to figure it out together as we do some technical analysis. So make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we are bringing you the juiciest crypto trading updates here on YouTube. And a huge shout out to everybody in the chat right now. First of all, a huge shout out to JJ McDizzle. A huge shout out to Creekside Patriot. A huge shout out to Preparing for War. He's feeling bullish while everyone else is a depressed teddy bear. Shout out to Creekside, still long from 57.4. I'm still long from 57.4. I'm still long from a whole bunch of places, I guess. Yeah, I'm long from 54.5. I'm long from 49.7. I'm long from 56.7. I'm in a few longs right now, guys. In a few different long trades. And by the way, guys, shout out to the sponsors of the channel. Shout out to Market Cipher, best trading indicator on TradingView. Shout out to MEXC, best deal on fees in the game. Shout out to BLOFIN. Right now, BLOFIN does not require KYC, does not require VPN, and they are providing a special for the Casper crew. Now, you don't even have to be in the Discord to get this if you use my link until September 19th. 10% cash back, up to $2,000 future bonus, plus an opportunity to win all these juicy bonuses, including a Tesla, guys. Wow, a Tesla. That's pretty dang crazy. Pretty dang crazy. Let's see who else we got in the chat right now. And then we'll get into this action, the juicy action. All right, shout out to R Pink. He says, Jesus loves you the most. Jesus loves us all the most because we are created in his image. Shout out to Wit Waves. He says, shout out to Jason Casper. Shout out to Dome Life, who says, hello, bro. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Revenuluto. He says, ship it. Data PhD, what is going on? Crypto Hub, what is going on? Godzilla is so ready. Simple Cooking is long from 56.7, baby. Yeah, that's what's up. That is what's up. All right, so let's see what happens today. Bitcoin sideways, boring action. Make sure to like the stream, share the stream. First anything I've posted here really since I guess last week. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. It's been a pretty crazy week off, I'll be honest with you guys. It's been a pretty crazy week off, in the sense that Bitcoin hasn't really done anything, guys. Has not really done anything. What month do I think we're topping, Jason? So my horse in the race, Dan Z, for what month I think we're topping is going to be between March and September 2025. Between March and September 2025. And in all seriousness, guys, I do have to shout out BLOFIN, because BLOFIN, they are legitimately coming in with some good stuff for us traders. All right. Usually these exchanges, they say, oh, if you deposit $55 million, you get a $200 deposit bonus. And you're like, who the heck has that kind of money? And who the heck's even going to put that on an exchange? But these guys, honestly, deposit rewards get 10% cash back. That's legitimately a good deal. Plus up to $2,000 future bonuses and all these potential prizes depending on your trading volume. You know, you can get an Apple Watch for a 3 million trading volume. honestly, I mean, look, depending on your position size, that's pretty attainable. That is pretty obtainable. If you're trading with, if you're scalping, specifically if you're scalping. All right, so let's get into the chart here. Let's get into the chart. Now, look, I'm in a few trades, okay? I'm in a few longs from these lows here. I am still in my shorts on good old BingX. Still holding the short and the long. The long setup that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord in advance, myself and other instructors. All right, we gave the long from here. We gave the long from here. We gave the short from here. All in advance, guys. Shout out to the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I'm also in a little bit of a short trade as well. As you can see from here, from those highs. And then, of course, over on MEXC, I took that short trade. The one that I let everybody know I'm shorting from this level in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I let everybody know I've shorted as a hedge against my long, very small risk to protect my gains. Gave the setup in advance right here, telling everybody I'm expecting higher prices into that key level where I'm looking for a short, and then I let everyone know I've taken the short. All right. So now, what is Bitcoin gonna do? It's up to you, because you guys are the ones with the trading volume up in here, right? All right. Okay, so let's pop on over to TradingView, and let's do some analysis, some fresh analysis. After being away for so long, we need to do some fresh analysis here on the Bitcoin chart. Let's see if we can't. We're going to remove everything. Now, it is a new week, and I do have to say this. Last week, because I was away, I told Bitcoin, I said, Bitcoin, please don't do anything for the whole week because I'll be away. And Bitcoin was like, okay, Jason, I'll just print this doji candle. We'll open and close at the same exact spot for your sake. I said, thank you, Bitcoin. Huge shout out to Dolores for putting in a good word for me with Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, let's take a look at the volume of the range. We're going to start in the higher term time frames and determine like what is going on here. The first thing that we have to notice about this price action is that for 2 weeks, guys, we have not been able to close the weekly candle back above the value area low of this range. Now, I do have to say, on the surface, this is quite bearish. Why is this quite bearish? Well, because when you break down from a range, especially a macro range that we've been trading literally since the end of February 2024, we want to see those candles close back inside the range. If they can't, well, that's kind of showing us this is a legit breakdown. And so far, we've had 2-3 weekly candles close below that value area low. In previous times that we have lost value area low, we had the 1 weekly candle close, followed by the next one closing inside the range. The time before that, no candles even closed outside the range. Now we've had 3 weeks of price unable to get back inside that value area. All right, weekly market Cipher B, still potentially room to the downside here. This VWAP is pointing to the upside, but look at the angle of it. All right, we would want to see the angle of this VWAP looking straight up and down like it was back here, but it's lacking conviction, guys. It is lacking conviction a little bit, right? It's not very upright, right? We want to see it quite upright, right? But it's not really upright. It's kind of like, right? I don't like the angle. Could bring us to more downside. However, when we go down to our daily time frame, we also have to acknowledge the fact that, and as we said last week, because Bitcoin has taken a week off of price action. So as we said 2 weeks ago, the confirmation of this bullish divergence right here, as the money flow is getting higher, when that weekly dot, if it does print, that could be what we need to really get us back up to the top of this range. So the main level to be watching right now, if we want to see more upside on Bitcoin, is 60,600, because that is the value area low of the range. All right. It was a very difficult. We tried to do it last week. We tried to get that close August 8th. Then we came down a little. Then we just kept rejecting from that value area low multiple times in a row. What we really need to see, in my opinion, for more upside right now is the following. Now, yes, we've confirmed a bullish div on the daily. So what does that mean? To me, this means that in the event of a bit more of a pullback, and it is only Monday, let's say we come back down to some of these areas, specifically to around that golden pocket zone, essentially, I'd be looking at this area right here, because this is going to be our key support, just historically speaking, right? If we're going to get more movement to the downside, I would be looking at the area coming in around 55.8-ish, down to around that $54,000 zone, because when we just pull this box back, this has been our support going back to May, and then July, and then of course we had the fake out here. So if this daily bullish div is going to play out, and if that weekly is going to give us more upside, this green box is going to be the place where I look for the bounce, and I would look for that bounce to take us back to at least $67,000, $67,000 at the high volume node, right? So the next potential long-ish trade I'm looking for is going to be something like this. Of course, there's many levels that we do have within this area, but in general, I would say something along the lines of this, where if we get another pullback, we could be looking at this as our big impulse, and then our flag, and then another impulse, which would take us up to around the $67,000 zone. And if we pull our fib from the all-time high thus far to the low, that $67,000 zone is coming in right around the Fibonacci golden pocket and the 786. So it's right in the middle of that zone we would look for, 67K, where either we reject from there and make a lower low, or if we can hold above 67K, I see no reason why we can't go for these highs again. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jason, you've been saying that. You said that we were going to go for the highs here. You said we were going to go for the highs here. You said we were going to go for the highs here. Why would you say it again if it has never happened for 3 times in a row? Well, because it's simply just the way I trade, right? If we are going to lose a range to the downside and then come back inside the range, you always look for the top of the range. And in order to make sure you don't get totally wrecked, we always take partial profits along the way, right? We always take partial profits along the way to make sure that no matter what, we are going to be making money, and we look for shorts in the opposite direction at those key areas of resistance, so that if our longs don't necessarily work out, well, we can still lock in our profits and make money. For example, when we take a look at the last 2 major trades that I've taken here, this long trade, I let everybody know in the Casper Crew VIP Discord that I was taking the trade from here. All right, now we've locked in $6,000 on the trade. When we come up to this area, this is where we lock in profits on the long trade, but this is also where we open up a short trade, because when you think about it, if you're in a long trade and you've locked in profits, and I told everybody that I am shorting this area, I've shorted. If you're in a trade and you've locked in profits, it actually becomes more risky to not short a key resistance than to actually short key resistance. Why is that? And the reason is because if you're in a long trade and you're up $8,000 in unrealized profit, if you don't short here and price dumps, you're going to lose all that $8,000. If you do short here and price dumps, you're actually going to be making money at a faster rate than you're losing money, because your short position is fresh with a full position size and your long is only half a position size. So if price dumps, you're not just protecting your 8 grand, but you're actually making money faster than you're losing money on your long trade, right? And if, of course, your short gets stopped out from here, then guess what? You lose a couple $100 and big deal, you're up thousands. So it becomes more risky to not short than to short. All right, shout out to the Casper Crew. Shout out to MEXC, best deal on fees in the game. 0.01% market order fee, 0% limit order fee. Shout out to BLOFIN, because BLOFIN does not require KYC or VPN, and BLOFIN right now is literally giving a good deal, right? I don't say this lightly. Usually exchanges give you crappy deals. BLOFIN's really trying to hook it up because they know that they're one of the few exchanges that does not require KYC or VPN, and they want people to trade for the benefit of their own exchange. And so it's a, mutual beneficial relationship. They want to help traders with the cashback rewards, and also they want people trading on their exchange, And so this is where we are at right now with the Bitcoin price. If this is going to continue to the upside, key level 60,600, I will be looking for a bounce at that zone between 54 and I'd say 56.3-ish, right? This is a very key zone for me where I would actually be looking to compound my long trades and or open new long trades back up to $67,000. Now, if we don't do that, right? If we do not do that, we need to be prepared for more downside. And so where are the major areas of resistance right now? Well, if let's say we get a push to the upside, then we need to be aware of the $67,000 zone, right? This to me, 67-ish K, is going to be very, very key for me, where I'm actually going to be looking to open up more short trades. And the reason is because we are in a downtrend. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If we're going to make the lower high, it just makes the most sense that we will come up to that high volume node, confluence with the golden pocket, confluence with the support resistance flip from the middle of July, and then we make a lower low. Because let's not forget, although I am bullish on Bitcoin still, let's not forget that when we look at some of these higher term time frames like the monthly, we do have confirmed monthly bearish divergence. Now, the last time we had confirmed monthly bearish divergence was in the middle of the last bull market. And if you look at what happened here, we had a pretty significant move to the downside of about 56% in the bull market. And thus far, we've got confirmed monthly bear div. We've had a move of about 33%. So if we get a move of 50%, let's just say, I'm not saying it's going to happen, guys. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if we get that 56% move to the downside, that's actually going to take us to the low 30s. Okay, now again, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm saying we need to be prepared for it. Why? Well, because the last time we saw this signal on the chart during a bull market, it gave us a 56% move to the downside. And if we look at this chart, just unbiasedly, right? I don't even know what analogy to use, but look at this support resistance flip, right? This is the monthly chart. When we look at this chart, there's literally no support until we come back down to that level, right? We have a confirmed monthly bearish div, right? We had that back here, 56% move to the downside before we put in our new high. So that is why I am prepared for something like this to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you're not prepared for this, guys, you're going to miss out on gains, right? This is why every single short trade I get into, I do not close. I take a partial profit and I leave the rest open. And I think that's the most responsible way to be trading this price action, because the reality is nobody really knows what's going to happen. But if you hold Bitcoin on spot, which I do quite a lot, and if you're in long trades, which I am, it's more risky for you not to hedge yourself in some way, right? If Bitcoin's at key resistance and we have bearish signs on the chart, it's more risky to not protect your capital by opening up a hedge short to some capacity. Whether you're doing a low leverage hedge, or you're doing a high leverage hedge, just to hedge against your long trades, right? It's more risky for you not to be in a position where if price does get a big drop, you're going to be able to benefit. Because even if we're bullish, if price does drop to here, all right, I'm going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars, not hundreds of thousands, but over 100K on my shorts right now. Which means if Bitcoin's really $30,000, I can buy 3 Bitcoin on spot, and then we go to our new all-time high, and I have 3 Bitcoin, and I'm making, let's say we hit like 85K. Let's just say, for argument's sake, 95K. I just made 200%, all right? And the only reason I was able to have money to buy Bitcoin at 30K is because I shorted at resistance. And now I'm making 200% on $100,000. It's pretty wild, right? So that's the mentality that you got to go into this stuff with, because nobody really knows what happens. So if you can figure out little hacks to put yourself in an advantageous situation regardless of what's happening, you're going to have a better time doing this. And it's not just for making money, it's also for the psychological purposes, because if you can be in a position where price can do whatever and you're okay with that, it's really going to help your psychology when you come to these charts looking for those trades, all right? Now, there's a good chance that we don't see Bitcoin come down to that level. All right, there's other areas of support we could come to, such as $40,000-ish, because we do have this area of support right here if we're on the weekly time frame, that January range. But if we're going to make another lower low, the two options really are either going to be the low 40s or the low 30s. That's really it, man. We don't have any other support. This support right here, this weekly order block at $51,000, we've already tapped into that. We've already gotten our bounce from it. If this bounce can't reclaim 60,600, we're most likely going to come down to make another low. All right, because when we are on the macro, right? What's the macro narrative right now? Macro narrative is we have some bearish divs on the high time frames. We have our range. If we can't reclaim the range at 60,600, it's more probable than not that we make another lower low, and then our next support is going to be like 43K. If we can't hold that support, we're looking down to the low 30s. And if we do come down to the low 30s, then we have to understand also that's a really key support. That's a really nice area. I mean, that's a beautiful area of support for Bitcoin. And if we take our range looking at the past few years of trading, that's right to the value area low of this massive from 2021, so like literally 3.5 years of Bitcoin price action, right? 2021, 22, 23, and more than half of 2024. We're pushing 4 years of price action, major support, major volume level down here. So, you know, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we have to be aware of it. One more thing that we really need to be aware of, guys, okay? And again, I'm not trying to spread fear or FUD. We're just coming to the charts objectively, and we're trying to make money, right? We're not trying to get rich quick. We're not trying to be that guy on some YouTube documentary who like was poor and put $100 into some stupid meme coin and now he's a billionaire. That could be us, but it probably won't be us, right? It's probably not going to be us. So we're just going to come with a level head and say, look, we're here to make money, slow and consistent. Not only would a lower low put us, you know, just kind of confirm this downtrend here, but for the past 3.5 years, the highest volume node for Bitcoin is right here, $57,000. If we start closing weeklies before 57 and can't reclaim it, that is also a very bearish sign that we're most likely going to make another low down to at least the low 40s, right? This is 3.5 years of price action, guys. This is not a joke level at $57,000. In the last complete 2 cycles of bull and bear markets, most Bitcoin was traded at $57,000 on ByBit, and I trust the ByBit levels more than any other exchange, right? And so if we're losing that, we have to say to ourselves, man, we've got monthly bearish divergences confirmed. We've got 2-month bear divs printing. We're losing major supports. We don't have much support below us. We have to be ready for a drop to the downside, okay? This is why right now, in the here and now of Bitcoin, in the here and now, I am really looking at this 60,500-ish. We need to hold that level. We need to start closing dailies above that level, and I don't want to see us lose the area between the golden pocket and the 786 from our last low to this current high, right? If we start losing this, very not good, right? Very not good. I would want to see like a big drop down into maybe into this zone here and then a quick bounce back. But if we're losing that, guys, it just does not look good. And I'm not telling you if we lose this, you should open up a short trade either, because I would never short at the bottom. But I'm just saying we have to be aware of the potential for these things. Which means if you're in a short trade from here, if you're in a short trade from here, and a short trade from here, or whatever short trade you get into, you're in that short trade understanding the higher time frame scope, which is things aren't necessarily looking super bullish right now. And so maybe I would want to hold that short trade for a little bit longer, because if we can't reclaim the value area low, then the highest probability is that we come back down to this old range from January. Not guaranteed to happen, but most probable, right? That's kind of the mentality that I would be coming into this, holding those trades. Of course, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a plunger on his face, all right? And man, the smell of this plunger is pristine, guys. This is quality rubber, I'll tell you. Quality rubber. Man, Bitcoin is just not doing. She's just sideways. She's sideways. Oh man, she is so sideways. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Wow, we got 900 people in here. That's pretty amazing considering it's been a week off. Shout out to Splashfire Film. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. Did I sell my spot bags? Nope, I have not sold anything on spot yet. Anything is possible, including zero. Shout out to It's Your World. I'm just passing through. My friend, what do you think about the content getting put out by YouTubers? Do you ever watch them? What genre of YouTubers? Are you talking about crypto YouTubers, or are you talking about like other YouTubers? All right, says bro already calling 33. Nah, I'm not really calling 33. I'm just saying we have to be prepared for 33, my man. We got to be prepared for 33. Okay? I hope no. I hope no. I hope we don't go to 33 first. But if we do, we got to be prepared. And I just told you my plan for 33. Okay? I just told you my plan for 33. All right, Powell soon. Yeah, there's no real FOMC decision this coming Wednesday, but I think there will be in September. All right. Shout out to Jonas Bloom. He says we could surge up now that everything is so bearish on YouTube and X. Is that true? Is everything bearish on YouTube and X? Look, I've been away for a week. I have not followed any crypto people on YouTube or Twitter. So this is just my own view of the chart that I've just given you, completely unbiased, because I haven't been following anybody. All right. Please like and subscribe. Shout out, yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. It's everyone, all the cool people say to do it.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Jason Casper. He's the best YouTube trader in the world. He's getting huge. Shout out to the Casper crew.
You know, make sure to like and subscribe. As prescribed by the Orange Man himself. All right. How was the week off? Did I go to the toilet and sneak in some charts? No, I really didn't. I did take 2 trades when I was away. But mostly just as I was explaining to the people I was with what I do, and I was showing them about how TA works. All right. If the Fed cuts rates in September, would that send Bitcoin parabolic? It very well could. It very well could. And honestly, that could set up this next big phase of the bull market to bring us to those above $75,000 levels, which I still think we are going to hit. All right. I still do think we're going to hit. Shout out to Dano, who's going to subscribe, already is. That's right, Baker's Food. Even Trump says it. Exactly. Even Trump says it. Even Trump says it. All right, man. This Bitcoin price action is pretty boring. All right, let's zoom into a lower term time frame here, and let's kind of talk about what's happening here locally. So the context right now is that we have come down. We've gotten a pretty significant pivot from this low, all right? It's actually a pretty key level right here. If we take a fib from our last swing low that we put in right here and pull it to our high, it's coming down to the Fibonacci golden pocket. And also, if we take a fib from this last low that we made here to the high, it's coming right down to the 786. You guys see that? Nice confluences here. We have ourselves a golden pocket and a 786 right here. This is one of the trades I took, actually, to show, shout out to my sister's boyfriend. You know, what I'm doing here. About the blue line, looking for a bounce from the blue line, all right? That's one of the trades I took when I was away. And the other trade I took when I was away was a CDW of this high, right? Just a simple CDW of this high, bam, bam. But we have come down to a key kind of area of support here. So if this is going to be a significant pivot, right? Let's just say, for example, I'm not saying this is the case, but if this is our low, our high, our higher low, our higher high, now we made a higher low, and if we're going to now make a higher high, if this is going to be the key area, then we need to be aware of the following, right? Pull the fib from the low to the high, and we go ahead and we put on our 618 and our 786. This is going to be the area that, personally, I would be interested in actually compounding along that I am in from this area down here. And the reason why is because, let's just say, this is a higher low. if we get a retracement within this move on our way to a higher high, it's most likely going to come in around that $57,000 to $57,700 zone, like this little area right here. And if we go ahead and we look at market Cipher B, well, there is a pretty real potential that as we come down into the box, we could see some bullish divergences forming on the chart, right? We want to see the Sam Bankman-Fried bullish man breast pattern on the chart where the boobs are getting higher as the price is getting lower, and we could very easily kind of see that here, right? I mean, look at this. We've already got the left man boob on the chart. If we come down into this area and the right man boob is looking higher than the left, well, medically, this is known as a bullish divergence. And that could give us a little bit of a pump to the upside. So that's kind of what I'm looking at next here as far as a local area of, well, support to potentially get a bounce. There's more shorts than longs on Bitcoin. We are going to check out the order flow right now. Let's check out the order flow right now. All right, so this order flow right now, guys, is just kind of crappy looking, right? Open interest is pretty flat here. Pretty dang flat. From the low to where we're at right now, open interest is about the same. I don't really see more shorts than longs opening up here, to be honest with you. Let's zoom in real close. We did see quite a few shorts open up locally. So yeah, right now, as we speak, there are more shorts than longs opening. So yeah, locally, very locally, we could see as we're coming back to retest the VWAP, we actually do see some slight bullish CVD forming here. We see some slight bullish CVD forming right here as we are bouncing from the VWAP. We saw quite a few shorts opening up. You know, it's nothing too crazy, right? It's really the volume is pretty low actually, in general, especially compared to like earlier today when we saw like 20 million volume candles. Now we're seeing like hundreds of thousands of volume instead of millions. So the volume is relatively low here. This is a recipe for Chop City, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at market Cipher B as she currently stands on some of these time frames. So the 24-minute has just confirmed a red dot. The 1 hour has the potential for some upside here. The 1 hour has some potential for some upside right now because we do have a bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame right here, right? We've got the good old-fashioned, the uneven butt cheek pattern on the 1 hour, like a classic uneven butt cheek, big juicy left cheek, skinny right cheek on the 1 hour. We superimpose the cheek on the chart. It's literally, wow. I can't even believe how perfect that is, right? That's a perfect uneven butt cheek pattern right there for Bitcoin. That could give us a push to the upside on the 1 hour time frame. And if we do see more upside on the 1 hour, based on the 1 hour, the next area of resistance that we must be aware of is really just going to be this area where we have a high volume node right in between the Fibonacci golden pocket and the 786 zone. So we're talking like 49.5 would be my next target. If we're going to see a push up from here, I'd be looking for another 1.6% move to the upside on Bitcoin as we come to this key high volume node plus Fibonacci area. Right? But yeah, based on the order flow locally right now, we do have some shorts looking like they're being absorbed into that VWAP as we look at this chart right here, right? We have about the majority of the trades here, actually pretty much the only trades that opened up into the VWAP were shorts. All right, so let's wait and see how she plays. Let's wait and see how she plays. And as you can see, guys, look, I'm going for the gold with this one right here, you know. Maybe dumb of me, all right? I shouldn't even probably show my orders there. But I am going for the gold with this one. If that 786 bounce is a legitimate, if it's a legitimate high or low, right? Our low, our high, our higher low, our higher high, our higher low, looking for a higher high. If that's a legitimate higher low, I am looking for some higher prices to come here, you know, and I'm looking to take this high first, right? And then I'm looking for these highs. And I know that seems crazy, but you have to think to yourself, it's just a sideways range. It's just a sideways range. And when you're in a sideways range, then you look to trade that sideways range, right? All right, we have a hidden bull div on the 1 hour. Do I ever look at closing or high-low prices for divergences? I only look at the high and low unless I'm on a very high time frame. If I'm on a very high time frame, then I do actually look at the closes of the actual candles. I look at the closes of the actual candles. All right, let's take a look at the S&P 500, which is pumping like a wild lady. S&P 500, the ES mini futures, is pumping like a wild lady, man. It's absolutely insane. Actually, let me get my chart that we were looking at the other day. Okay, so S&P 500, guys, look at this beautiful CDW that happened back here on August 5th. We came down and we took the liquidity from this low, and from that point we closed the candle above the level. This is just objectively speaking like a long signal. If you ever see a place where stop losses are definitely, because you got to think everybody who's long along the way up says if we come below here, I'm out because the trend is broken. Well, what happens? You get the stop hunt, and then you reverse the price. And as soon as that daily candle closes above this green line, that technically speaking is a long setup, a valid long setup. When that candle closes, your stop loss goes below the low, and then you can target back up toward the highs. And so far, that's a beautiful 3-to-1 risk reward, and we've hit that target. And now let's see what happens here. Are we actually going to go for the highs again? That would be pretty crazy. SPX, this is actually the ES mini futures, is pretty dang bullish right now, which is quite interesting. Wow, I haven't looked at this. This is my first time looking at this chart since like I drew this all the way back in the beginning of August. So this is crazy, right? The weekly is printing a green dot. Let's check out the 2-week here. 2-week money flow actually looks kind of bullish. I'll be honest with you. But this is also looking like it's setting up for something quite bearish. Like if we actually just draw a line at these highs, we can kind of extrapolate that if we do get a push up to there, we're going to be seeing the money flow continuing to come out on the daily time frame, potentially giving us the upside down uneven butt cheek pattern here, right? Which is quite bearish. You have that left cheek nice and big, the right cheek nice and skinny. We could stretch. Let's stretch it out here. You guys see what I'm saying, right? The bearish divergence could be coming into play here. Let's check out our 12-hour. Look at the 12-hour money flow. You know, we could just kind of, wow. I mean, it's coming out pretty aggressively actually. And look at this potential wave. I would be very, very cautious. I would honestly, maybe I might even be looking for a short. I haven't traded the S&P 500 in quite some time. Last time I traded S&P 500 was, man, it was when we hit that all-time high. It was this trade right here. I caught this move from down here. Set up giving an advance in the Casper crew. And that was a 27% move. I ended up getting out right around here. So, and then, yeah, I got out. I thought we were going to dump a little bit more, but it was my last trade on the S&P 500. So, yeah, let's see. I might look for a short on there. Let's check out the dollar. How's the dollar doing? Dumping. The dollar is dumping right now. Interesting, interesting, interesting. We got some faces on the dollar right now. Let's remove all this stuff. Let's remove it. Let's start on the monthly here. Yeah, so this was basically the bottom for Bitcoin. It was the top for the dollar. So, very interesting stuff, guys. If we start to see the dollar lose this key support, this actually could be a nice confluence for us getting another push for Bitcoin. If the Fed decides to decrease interest rates in September, which is literally the next candle over, right? And they're saying they're probably going to do that. If this starts to happen in the short term, it will be bullish, I would say, for risk assets like stocks and crypto, and bearish for the dollar. And if we see the dollar do this, that could really give us our next push on Bitcoin, where we're looking around the right around the spring to the fall of 2025 for Bitcoin to top out. Right, if the dollar's going to lose this and we see a big push down on the dollar, that's a pretty nice confluence for Bitcoin to hit a high. Let's pull some fibs on the dollar here. Yeah, look at that. It's coming in right between the golden pocket and the 786 as well. Let's pull a different fib on this. Can you imagine if we see the dollar dump all the way back down to the low of the range around 88? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but when we take a look at this, right, we clearly have our range here, right? This is our range high. It's currently our range low, right? It was a resistance, now it's acting as support. If we lose this, this is going to be our next support resistance flip. It was resistance flipped into support. So we could see quite a drastic dump here on the dollar, which would be quite bullish for Bitcoin, man. That could be the thing that gives us our push to some of those ATHs that we're looking so much for, those all-time highs. Is there a logical reason why Bitcoin is down while stocks have recovered? I'm sure there is. I'm not quite sure what it is. But you know, when we look at this just objectively, we do have to say that Bitcoin has recovered quite a bit. I mean, Bitcoin really has recovered quite a bit here. We've gotten a 28% move to the upside. That's nothing to scoff at. 28% bounce, and then we're just kind of consolidating here. So I wouldn't call this. I wouldn't say that Bitcoin is totally unresponsive, right? August 5th was the day Bitcoin got the bounce and the stock market got the bounce, right? So the stock market's continued to rally. Bitcoin is forming, honestly, what appears to be a bull flag, right? What appears to be a bit of a bull flag, right? I'm not, you know, again, this is just, we're just... Now, this is what I like to see, man. This is what I like to see. All right, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but you know, that's what I like to see. Please compare to S&P. We just compared. You know, S&P has pumped the entire time. S&P has pumped the entire time. Right? It's since August 5th. It has not had a red candle. Right? S&P 500. Since August 5th, we have not had a red candle. So Bitcoin has bounced and consolidated. S&P up almost 10%. So yeah, we have Bitcoin consolidating since I guess, when did we leave? When was I gone? Back here. So the entire week Bitcoin consolidated. S&P pumping like a wild Janet Yellen running through the wilderness with a laundry basket on the head. Take out $1 profit on the short so I can get to $1,000 realized. Oh, you're right. Oh, would you look at that, man? That's wild. Do we really have negative funding fees? I'm paying money to hold a short? What? What? Wow. We have negative funding rates. That's why I don't have $1,000. Shout out to Sign of Jonah. Monday is leg day. Man, no day is leg day for me, man. I'll tell you, no day is leg day for me. You know, I'll tell you guys, look. You know, look. All right, you know, I got a big upper body, but my legs. And look, I like to squat. All right, but nothing hit as hard as you know, nothing hit as hard as this. Man, I was on the beach with my kids, right? My wife took this picture of me. Oh my goodness. Oh! What the heck, bro? What kind of wild animal is this thing, you know? But this is why I'm a YouTuber, alright? That's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Look at those legs, man. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. You know, how am I even standing right now? I should probably do leg curls on the treadmill instead of... leg curls during the live stream instead of the treadmill, alright? But sheesh. Look, I don't know what it is, man. Maybe I just, I do. I train my legs hard. I do. I really do. I squat. I deadlift single leg squats. I love to do it too. I love lower body more than upper body. But, you know, what can I say, guys? Here I am. Here I am. But this is why I'm a YouTuber. Because I only have to show my upper torso. Alright? I only have to show the upper torso. Whew, man, how embarrassing is that? How embarrassing is that? Sheesh. Oh my goodness. It's embarrassing. Now all you guys know. Alright? Now you guys know. And honestly, carrying around that big upper body, I should have some big legs, man. How are they even able to support that? You know what I'm saying? Just curling in the squat rack all day. Alright, so let's get back to Bitcoin now. How's she rolling? How's Bitcoin rolling? On the tractor again. Shout out to Market Cipher, alright? Okay, she's doing alright, guys. Bitcoin's doing alright. Let's see if we can hit some of these take profits. Let's see if we get a Monday pump, baby. Alright, Simon Jonah knows I only do curls in the squat rack. Do I do high or low reps for legs? Both, man. I do both, alright? I do both. I've done some I have gone crazy squatting before, alright? I have gone crazy squatting. Like high weight for high reps. Good full range of motion. Sets of 12. You know, 12 to 15 with like 275, 285. Good form, good depth. Sore as heck. Can't even walk because my glutes, my hamstrings, and my quads are fried from squatting. Right? But look, I don't know what it is. Like I can get big arms. I can get a big chest. I can get jacked. I eat a lot of food, right? My back. I mean, look at the back. Look at the back. But my legs, man. I don't know. But that's why I'm a YouTuber. I only have to show the torso, you know? I only have to show the torso, you know? How embarrassing, guys. Man, it's a good thing this isn't on the internet in front of 100,000 subscribers. Otherwise, I'd be super embarrassed. I wouldn't even be able to show my dang face on the screen. And just a quick reminder, a quick shout out to BLOFIN, guys. BLOFIN offering the juicy bonuses, 10% cash back, $2,000 future bonus, plus a chance to win all these prizes. It legitimately is a good deal. Also, MEXC, best deal on fees. Links in the pinned comment in the chat. Also to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we gave both of these trade setups. Not signals, just telling you guys what I'm doing, okay? Because we don't give signals. But I did say, I'm longing this, and I did tell everybody I'm shorting this. In the Casper Crew VIP Discord, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com, click the link to join the VIP Discord, where within the Discord, we have an entire beginner's course. We have 3 instructors doing live streams every single day, giving you their plans, their trades, and their not signals. Plus, it's the most thriving community in the world. You can go there 24/7. There's always going to be people talking, chatting, having a good time, posting analysis. All right. Do hack squats. Yep, I gotta, Michael. You know what? I just ordered a Smith machine, all right? I just ordered a Smith machine. And I'm going to try and do squats on the Smith machine to target the quad more, you know what I'm saying? But I only work out at home, right? So I only have a barbell, dumbbells, pull-up bar, dip bar. I'm walking too much. Yeah, maybe I'm walking too much, honestly. Honestly, maybe I am. I know. I told Boyan. Boyan told me I need to do leg curls on the stream instead of walking. But I like to walk. September is usually bad. Yeah, and don't they call October bad? Rectober or whatever. But last year the fall was pretty bullish. All right, shout out to Splashfire Films. I do live streams every day. Oh yeah, well during the week there's a VIP live stream every day in the week, multiple times a day. Boyan does London Open, White Phoenix does Asia Open. I do New York Open 3 times a week, and pretty soon we're gonna have more streamers in there, doing live streams. All right. So yeah, we gotta do leg curls in the squat rack. Jared says, "Dear Jason, I didn't put enough butter in the pan for my fried eggs, and now they're sticking to the pan. Please advise." I don't know, man. It's tough to fix that, especially if you were hoping for a nice over easy egg, perfect flip. You know, with the yeah. There's no real way to fix that. I'm sorry. If working legs doesn't show results, this could suggest good genetics in the form of long hamstring. Well, I'm very tall. I am 6'3", so I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. All right, shout out to Anthony. Joined the VIP last week. Awesome place to learn. Love the fact that not all instructors trade the same way. Yep, everyone in there trades a different way. So Boyan's style of trading, different than mine, different than White Phoenix, different than K-Pax. All right. Shout out to Scott, whose wife got a walking desk because of me. That's what's up. Which exchange is it allows you to use USDT for the stock market? That is BingX, preparing for war. But you need to be using a VPN for that. And you need to KYC on BingX. FY Fishing says, add milk and scramble it to your eggs. So, am I still on trend? Only my upper body is on trend. My lower body is on estrogen. All right, shout out to my man Rich and HH for the super chat. God bless you. Thank you so much for the super chat. We could also confirm 5 bullish divs on the 5-day. Not sure if you've talked about it already, bro. Are you talking about for Bitcoin, Rich and HH? First of all, major shout out to the super chats. Let me see if I missed any super chats. Not that I want super chats. I just don't want to miss super chats. You know what I'm saying? All right, shout out to Rich and HH. All right, you're the man, Rich and HH. You're the man, bro. Okay, let's check it out. A 5-day bullish div on Bitcoin. Let's see. Oh. 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 Ah. I see it. I see the potential here. The VWAP is not looking so bullish. I'll be honest with you. Like, the money flow and this yellow line does not look good. We need this line to become more erect. We wanted to see it standing straight up more. But yeah, look. I'd say this. Weekly potential for green dot. 5-day potential for bull div. Daily confirmed bull div. Money flow getting higher. There's the potential here for a move to the upside. All right, I'm hoping for it. I am hoping for it. All right, I am hoping for it. All right, shout out to Simple Cooking for this comment. I'm not gonna read it out loud, but you guys can read it, okay? He says he's muster bratting. When he muster brats, his thing says he's walking. All right. Shout out to My Crypto Goods. Does BingX still let you do that? Yeah, they do, bro. But you need if you're in the United States, you need a VPN. I'm sorry, you need to KYC. Period. No matter if you're in the United States or not, you need to KYC on BingX right now to trade. All right. So, if you're in the United States and you want to KYC, you can do the whole Paulu ID thing. All right. That's how I've been able to KYC on ByBit. Right. That's how I'm trading right now on ByBit. All right. From KYC, and I'm trading on MEXC KYC, and I'm trading on BingX KYC. It's all KYC. BLOFIN is the only non-KYC exchange right now in the United States, which is why they're offering you these good deals, because they're trying to grow their dang business and help us out at the same time. All right. All right, shout out to Daniel. Crypto Face in the house? Is Crypto Face really in here? I don't see Crypto Face, but a huge shout out to Memory Man, because I see Memory Man in the chat. Huge shout out to Memory Man. God bless you, bro. Muster bratting. Yeah, he's muster bratting. Does the wick scare you? On Bitcoin? Look, sometimes those wicks are bullish, right? I mean, if we look at the that weekly candle, to me it looks like a bullish close. If we look at the monthly candle, depending on how this thing closes here, we still have 12 days in August. It could look all right, like it could look okay, but I'd say typically when we have a big wick to the downside, that's bullish, right? It's like the opposite of this. Like this 2-month candle really scares me up here. This 2-month candle really scares me right here because it's a shooting star. So the reason why I'm kind of okay with this wick here and not expecting the wick to fill is because it's not just a random wick. Like a lot of times when we get a random wick, it will fill, but this was a very key support resistance flip, right? Very key support resistance flip, which in my opinion is bullish. Do I ever visit Palu? Oh, yeah, I live in Palu all the time, in the metaverse. You know? Yeah, you should always use a VPN no matter what. Crypto Face is always here in spirit. Shout out to Crypto Face. Alright, guys. Well, it's been a great stream. I do have to head out because I got some homestead work to do. I've been gone for a week. We had some homestead watchers here, take care of the chickens and stuff. It's going to be a busy time of harvesting, but I'm going to be trying to stream a lot in the fall and then the winter, and even starting now, I'm going to be streaming regularly. I've got tons of butternut squash right now to harvest. I've got the big watermelons ready to go, baby. And so yeah. Anyway, God bless everybody in Jesus' name. Even if you're not religious, may the Lord bless you and your family. Thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, clicking the bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!